Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dutch and Denver podcast. This is the daily dose for February 2nd. Um, we don't have a lot planned, so we're gonna wing a little bit of this, and it might get weird, it might not. You never know. Just hang out and listen. It's probably for your own good. You got nothing else better to do. Uh, Firing away. I know it's Thursday and Higgins is not with us because if you guys were paying attention to any podcast we've ever done with Higgins, he is on a cruise. And while we planned on him live streaming from the cruise, he's not going to be able to do that because he got Mandy drunk last night and she's angry at him. Or he's trying to get her drunk again. Or, I don't. By the way, they're together, so don't read more into that than you need to, you little psychos. Um. So yeah, no Hollywood, man. I miss my buddy. What am I gonna do without him? I guess we will prevail. Blip said anytime I wanted him on the podcast, he'd join. I said, great, just let me know when. And that was 2 weeks ago, so obviously he has more important things to do than be part of one of the most groundbreaking things in the world. We've also had a new listener who's been mouthing off a lot, who doesn't really have, the cojones to come on here, even though they've been invited multiple times. And they leave a bunch of comments. And I think we should discuss some of these comments. We're not going to mention them by name, but they know who they are. Oh, correction though, Tom Brady is a 3 times piece of shit. He was part of that FTX thing. Okay, where he lied to you and was like, "Hey, buy all this shit so I make a bunch of money," and it's actually a Ponzi scheme, and I'm a bigger piece of shit than I thought I could ever be. But yeah, Steph Curry too. A lot of them did it, so fuck them. But we got one guy he's relatively new around here. He's a lot of trash talk, man. He doesn't like the topics, or he doesn't like the host. Which, if you don't like the host, fuck you, because I'm the host. You can come be a co-host sometime. We'd love to have you. But if you don't like the topics, I'm going to talk about some topics for you. I'm going to devote as much time to your topics that I know about you that I can. Let's start with the Dallas Cowboys. What to say about them? Utter failures for, I don't know, the past 25, 30 years. Jerry Jones has an iron grip of shit wagon on that team. Dak sucks. Zeke sucks. Your whole team is trash and you can't win ever. I mean, do we have to go more into Cowboys? Like, we can talk about the Cowboys more if you want. There's a couple people on here I think are Cowboy fans. I'm getting a message from no logical person is a Cowboy fan. Only window lickers. Ooh, shots fired. That's from the producer. Okay, yeah, but yeah, you don't want to hear talk about the Broncos. Let's talk about the Cowboys. They haven't won a Super Bowl in God 30 years. I don't know. Jerry Jones runs that like his own amusement park. Yeah, Jerry's World is cool. You got a lot of people in there. It's nice. It's up to date. There's even a Vicky Secrets in there. I'm not sure there's any trans or Down syndrome people in there modeling. Maybe it's an old school Vicky Secrets. And after you're done with all the sideshows, you can come to your seat and you can watch Cowboys lose. What are they gonna do? I mean, Mike McCarthy's just a little yes man. When Dr. Jared's like, "Hey man, you got to get that feller back in there to play. I know he's broken, but fix him and do it." And he goes in there and they suck. What's that? We're up by 27 points. Or yeah, what's that? The Cowboys are up by 27 points in the second half, and Dr. Jerry calls down to the ginger genius and is like, "Hey man, make Tony Romo throw the ball 50 times this half." And he throws like 3 picks and you guys lose. Is that what you want to talk about? You want to talk about how Zeke is so enamored with his fucking nose rings and shit that he doesn't make a difference in hell? Or how Dak Prescott fucks up more times than he doesn't? I mean, you guys got beat by the Niners. Purdy, the last pick in the NFL draft. Like, literally, the whole draft is over except for one pick. And the Niners like, well, shit, we got the last one. And there's only one guy left to pick. We might as well pick him. They pick him. They lose their starting quarterback. Trey Lance, which I think we could talk about Trey Lance, but this isn't the Niners. We're going to talk about things that this listener wants to hear about, which is Cowboys. So Trey Lance, bad idea, I think. He gets hurt with a broken leg. And then they get Jimmy G, who is smashing all of Hollywood, who he gets hurt with a broken ankle or foot or I don't know, something. And they bring up their third string Purdy, okay? And this kid smashes it for the last, 6, 7 games of the season. Doesn't lose. Great. Comes in, beats the Cowboys, starts getting a little shell shocked. The Cowboys were so close to winning, and they lost because they suck. You want to talk about the previous game where your kicker managed to miss every extra point? And I don't mean most of them, I mean every single one of them. Do we want to talk about that? Do we want to talk about when they did play the Niners and the kick was blocked? It was going to be missed anyway? I mean, is this interesting to you? Is this the commentary you want about your team? Because apparently you don't want to hear Broncos talk. We talk about Cowboys. Do you want to hear Skip Bayless, sucking on the nuts of the Cowboys? Because I could do some ASMR about that or whatever that shit's called. Or is that not entertaining for you? What kind of trash team you have coming out of Dallas? Or should we talk about how you can't even really be a Dallas fan because you just moved there for a little bit, adopted the team religiously like all other non-sports fans, and hopefully you're keeping around because I mean, we're not gonna say, yeah, he just moved down to Texas and like, I'm a Cowboys fan and I'm a Rangers fan. No, you're not, nerd. You're a fan of where you were born. Well, let's talk about other things you like. Fairies and pixie dust. Sorry to shit on you, buddy, but I'm the guy with the microphone. So you better either buck up or suck it up and start saying nice things about us. This is a quality production. And I put a lot of effort into coming up with topics that I think may or may not be interesting. And if you're bored with the Broncos, well, that's not my goddamn fault. This is the Dutch and Denver podcast. We talk about Denver teams, namely the Denver fucking Broncos. And if you don't like that, we can talk more about the Cowboys, but there isn't much more to say than they are a trash franchise with a god awful team and a broken system, and I have no hope for them. How about the Texas Rangers? Fuck them too. They suck as a baseball team. Are you a Dallas Stars fan? Because they suck. And Mavericks? Come on. Nuggets are number one in the. Are they number one in the standings overall? Let's check that. I mean, if we, I'm trying to talk about things that interest you. I'm just saying, you know, stuff that interests you probably don't interest anyone else because all your teams suck. The league. Nuggets are second in the league by winning percentage, but they've also played one less game than Boston. And fuck Boston, because they're getting all the calls. Okay? So yeah, I did this for you. Is there anything I missed about the Cowboys? Shitty, never gonna be good until Jerry Jones dies and gets rid of your trash team. Got that. Check. Rangers, beyond help. Dallas Stars, ditto. Mavericks. Let me just double check before I talk on my ass because I don't really follow basketball. I'm going to start though because the Nuggets are good. I am going to jump on ye old bandwagon. Um, Dallas, barely above 500. Okay, so there you go. I've covered your teams. We talked about it. I hopefully you're crying, and it's pathetic what that state puts out sports wise. Government wise, love it. More guns. I love you, buddy, but I had to shit on you there for a minute. You're welcome. Like I said, you're welcome to come defend yourself. I don't think you have the guts to. We'll even get you a high chair. You seem to be the same height of all of us. Boom. I love you, buddy. All right, we're moving on. So, some dipshit on ESPN. Who is Dan Orlovsky? I guess on First Take put out his top 5 QBs. I'm assuming this is all time. But Danny, I got a bone to pick with you. I don't mean Danny is in Dan Patrick, sports talk god of the century. Dan Orlovsky. Let me just tell you right now, man, you're a fucking moron. And part of it's because you're on ESPN, and the other part of it is your sports opinion. Um, I agree with two of the quarterbacks you have on here. No, maybe three, but the order is totally fucked up. Let me tell you Dan's order. He's got number one is Tom Brady. Number two is Patrick Mahomes. Number three is John Elway. Number four is Peyton Manning. And number five is Dan Marino. All right, let's jump in and start dissecting this. Um, two of those five have played with bubble wrap. And if you don't know what I mean by that, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes played the majority of their successful careers. Tom Brady, the majority of his successful career, and Mahomes, all of his career, surrounded in bubble wrap, where you're not allowed to touch the quarterback or breathe on them, or you will get a penalty. It will cost your team dearly. You will lose. The refs are in on it. John Elway and Dan Marino used to get fucked up. Okay? They used to crush those guys, and they still played. Okay? I'm pretty sure they're the reason they invented those little Kevlar chest things, rib protectors that all these nerds wear these days. Okay? These guys played in a different league, a different NFL, and they are still better than Tommy and Mahomes. Tell you the truth, and this is not me as a homer, and it probably is a little bit. But I think John Elway is maybe the greatest quarterback ever for some intangible things. Like if you're down by 7 in the fourth quarter, who do you want? And I know a lot of you are like, oh, Tom Brady's got a lot of fourth quarter comebacks. Tom Brady has a lot of pass interference calls that are handed to him to change the dynamic of a game. Okay? Elway doesn't have those. But when you're down by 7, who do you want in the last 4, 3, 2 minutes of the fourth quarter? You want John Elway. That guy has led more meaningful comebacks than anyone in the history of the world in football. Okay? He is the one of the toughest quarterbacks I've ever seen. What? No, Tom Brady is not tough. People breathe on Tom Brady. He falls down. He gets a tear in his eye, and they get 15 yards. And then the next play, because his tears aren't dry, they get another 15 yards. Don't give me that shit. Okay? John Elway, in I think trying to win his first, ran in there and got like helicopter smashed into the end zone. Got up and played the rest of the game. If that had happened to Tom Brady, he would have been out for a year. If that happened to Mahomes, he would have been dead. Okay? That would have been the end of little Mahomes. Um, John Elway, yeah, he's up there, man, with some of the greatest, possibly. All right, Peyton Manning. Well, wait, fuck. No, I don't agree with it. John Elway, Joe Montana. Nope. John Elway, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, Steve Young, or Marino, or some of those other guys, Heisman or Theismann, those guys. Tom Brady, I know he has 6 rings, okay? And if we're gonna do championships, yeah, we'll put Tom Brady in the top 5 just because he has a bunch of championships. That little bitch has always, though, had the benefit of the refs, and he's a cheating piece of shit. So he doesn't belong anywhere in here. Fuck him. Never mind. He's done. John Elway, Manning, Montana, we can talk about 2 and 3. And then we'll go Young and like 10 other guys. Okay. And I'm leaving Dan Marino out because he never won a Super Bowl. And I'm sorry. If you're gonna be a great quarterback, you need a Super Bowl. Okay. Dan Marino was a good quarterback. He won a great. Like you gotta win. And if you can't win with the team you're on, fuck your loyalty. This is the NFL. Go win. I mean, Drew Brees wasn't bad. He's too short, and I think he was a system guy. Um, but yeah, Mahomes doesn't belong there at all. He's in a different league. He plays in a league where he can't be touched. He can do dumb shit and get away with it. You know, like these forward passes, or not even forward passes, like these laterals. You know, he fumbles and they're like, well, it was an incomplete pass. No, it's not, man. That's a fumble. Fuck off. You're getting the benefit of, I don't know, publicity or something. You're not one of the great quarterbacks. Peyton Manning's the smartest of them. I'll tell you that much right now. Um, he was the smartest quarterback. So yeah, he might be 2 or 3. Yeah, he's 2 or 3. And Montana was the most accurate. That guy could put a ball anywhere you needed it, and he won Super Bowls. Um, like I said, Dan Marino has record. He was good. He wasn't one of the best. Steve Young, was in there. Why don't we say Eli? He's got 2 Super Bowls. He's got more than Mahomes. It's just Dan, you're a fucking idiot. And I know you're saying Dan Orlovsky, yeah, you're a fucking idiot. I know you're saying this for like clickbait on ESPN so people will listen to your trash network. And I didn't listen to it, I just saw it on the Twitter. Some moron, Broncos for Life retweeted it. But yeah, I'd put Johnny. Man, Elway, if you put in the intangibles, I mean, Favre was pretty good. I'd rather have Favre than Brady. And also, it depends on what era we're playing in. Could you imagine if you couldn't touch John Elway? Like, if you could not tackle him without getting a 15-yard penalty, or if you couldn't tackle Peyton Manning without a 15-yard penalty. Towards the end of Manning's career, he got some benefits of the new NFL where we don't know what a catch is or roughing the passer or anything like that. We just, you can't touch offensive players. We know that. But could you imagine if Elway or Marino or Montana or Young or any of those guys, Brett Favre, Warren Moon. I mean, now we're going really far back, probably a little bit before my time. But Bernie Kosar, any of those guys, if you couldn't touch them, what could they have done with that? Eli Manning, like he kind of bridged the gap between still got his ass whipped and didn't. He's got 2 Super Bowls, man. Still more than Mahomes. So get Mahomes the fuck out of there. I'm so tired of hearing about that asshole. And I'm so goddamn tired of hearing about in the first Super Bowl 2 black quarterbacks. Well, what does that tell you? They're not hampering them because of talent, I'll tell you that. It's got to be something else. Maybe, this is the first time we've had 2 qualified black quarterbacks. Now, the refs helped a shitload getting the chefs there. So I'd almost say it's a scam, just trying to get this woke media line. It's fucking annoying. But yeah, Dan Orlovsky, you're a fucking idiot. It's embarrassing you have a job in a sports network. I mean, ESPN's embarrassing in itself, so that's good enough. Um, Dude, all right, we'll stick on football just for a little second, and then we'll roll over to you guys being violent in your language. The Pro Bowl has got to go. Okay, it is so unbelievably irrelevant and stupid. It's not. Again, this year, if you guys don't know, it's flag fucking football. We're going to watch professional NFL players play flag football. I know it's all about the money, but it's stupid. All I want to see is more Peyton and Eli commercials because those are hilarious. Okay. I want to see their interactions pre, post, middle game. That's what I want to see. The Peyton and Eli shit on Monday Night Football is the best. I don't even watch the normal feed anymore. I don't even watch the game. I just want to listen to Peyton and Eli. They're hilarious. They're great. They market themselves fantastically. It's awesome. The Pro Bowl needs to fucking go. Okay? Just name the players. Don't play any game. I'm I don't know if I was watching a skills competition or what. They had two guys like I think it's in Vegas this year. I don't know, or Arizona somewhere. They had two guys like in a harness on a zip line trying to catch a pass. That stupid, gimmicky shit. It's basically the Chiefs' offense. Stupid, gimmicky shit. Just name the players and don't even play the game. NHL, same thing, man. I don't like this 16 team bullshit 3-on-3 tournament bracket. It's dumb. Just name the players, give them a week off, don't do it. The NBA, they still play a game, not a basketball game because there's no defense. But I like the 3-point, the slam dunk for the NBA. You don't have to play the game. As for baseball, you still have to play the game because MLB in their giant wisdom of dumbassery figured that they should make that game worth something. So yeah, you got to still play the MLB All Star game. The rest of them you can just fucking get rid of, as far as I'm concerned. Holy hell! Who wants to watch professional people play flag football? Well, I do, Dutch, because I love football. Shut up, nerd. Okay, you need to get a fucking life. Like, if you love football so much that you're watching like the USFL and arena football and the Canadian Football League and the NFL, dude, you have got to get a fucking life. I understand being a sports fan. Okay, I'm a sports fan. I watch them all: hockey, football, basketball, baseball, college, pros, tennis, sports. I'm a sports fan. But if your whole repertoire is I like football and I'm just going to watch a bunch of football, like I said, USFL or whatever, are you going to watch the XFL? I mean, dude, you need to get a fucking life, man. I'm sorry. If you're that into it, you need to figure your shit out. All right, here we go. Now for my what we didn't get to last night, but ooh, let me find it. Hopefully it's not deleted. Whoa. If it would be, that's not good. Healthcare, police, blah, blah, blah. How did I not? Is this not like syncing? Hold on, folks. We're having some technical difficulties. Yeah, huh. The violent one. Let's see if we can Google it. Oh, darn. Where'd it go? I think it might actually have been deleted, and um, I'm bummed about that. That's terrible. Okay. The point is that some idiot posted something that was along the lines of we should not use these phrases anymore because uh this is maybe it. Did I find it? It's loading. Oh yeah. All right, I found it. Okay. Sorry for the delay. This is a chart that is evolving from violent language is the title of this chart. And this is from our friend Anna Taylor. And I don't know who Anna Taylor is, but I'm sure she's some wokey on the left. But these are phrases or idioms, a lot of them are, that she is suggesting we stop using because they're violent. And for instance, we're instead of saying we're going to pull the trigger, we should say we're going to launch. Instead of I'll take a stab at it, we're supposed to say I'll take the first pass at it. Did we jump the gun? Did we start too soon? Which obviously poor Anna over here doesn't know the where these phrases come from, because I think jumping the gun is a race term, like a starter's gun, like boom, and you left too early. It's not violent. There's nothing violent about that. It just you went too fast. Um Bite the bullet. I won't avoid it any longer. Holy shit. That'll kill two birds with one stone. She prefers we say that'll feed two birds with one scone. Guys, like, what the fuck? This is actually someone's thoughts. Like, they put some effort into this dumb shit. What's the deadline? She wants to get rid of and say, what's the due date? We have to pick our battles is violent. She would prefer we say, we have to choose our opportunities. Holy shit. Can you shoot me an email? Can you send me an email? You violent son of a bitch. That was overkill. She'd prefer we use the phrase that was a bit excessive. I bombed the presentation. She would prefer we say I didn't do my best. I don't think that phrase means you literally bombed it, as in dropped bombs on it. But yes, I guess culture of violence. Let's just roll with the punches. She prefers let's just move forward. We can soften the blow by. Anna prefers we can make it a little easier by. I'm going to take a shot in the dark. Anna prefers I'm going to take a guess. What else? That's not. This is one of my favorites. That's not a bad idea. Instead of saying that, we should say that's a good idea. Where's the violence in that's not a bad idea? Where? Let's not beat a dead horse. Again, I think that's an idiom more so than violent language. She prefers, Miss Taylor, let's not focus on that anymore. So this isn't necessarily like correcting violent speech. This is her just literally explaining idioms and where they come from. I was blown away by her presentation. That is too violent for this day and age. We need to change that to I was impressed by her presentation. What about his or their? I mean, I don't think we should be labeling people with pronouns. How dare you, Anna? Bitch. I was kicking around an idea. Poor dumb Anna was thinking we should replace that with I was thinking through an idea. Why don't we just say I was thinking? Get rid of all that. I mean, theoretically, you when you're thinking, it's about an idea. You don't really do anything but think of ideas. You can present them, but that's because you've already thought of them. I don't know. He's a straight shooter in meetings, which we should change to he's pretty direct in meetings. Well, pretty might imply that he's not attractive. Well, damn, Anna, shit. I don't even know what to say anymore. Maybe we shouldn't bum rush people anymore. Maybe we should just advance quickly with a lot of people. Maybe we shouldn't just pow right in the kiss. No, we should keep that one. I like that. I don't know what else you're going to say. Punch somebody in the face? That's still violent. This person's a goddamn idiot. But this is what passes for intelligent thought these days. Imagine being poor Anna Taylor. How afraid do you think she is of the world around her like 90% of her day for no reason? I'm pretty sure if they misspell her name, she has a mental break that she goes on hiatus for months. What about overpower the opposition? Hostile takeover. We should probably get rid of hostile takeover. That's very violent. Although it's not really in corporate speak, but damn it. Maybe Anna has a point though. And then now we have Jeremiah Owang, who he's the one that tweeted the picture that I'm watching. And I'm assuming he's an idiot. And I'm assuming that his response to this tweet is not sarcastic. I'm pretty sure it's 100% sincere. And his quote is I didn't even consider my language. I've used the phrases on the left far too often. Well, Jeremiah, you're a goddamn idiot. Also, you're an adult. You're no longer Jeremiah. You're Jerry. Okay? That's the other thing that irritates me. Past a certain age, if your name can be shortened, it is shortened. You're not William, you're Bill. Or Will. Or you're not Billy, you're Bill. You're not Stefan or Steven, you're Steve. You're not David, you're Dave. You're an adult. Those are adult names. You're not Jimmy or James, you're Jim. You're not Jeremiah, you're Jerry. So listen here, Jerry. Fuck yourself. If your name can't be shortened like mine, we could shorten it to Dave. Some people will get that. Or Dutch in Denver. You'll get that. I lose all respect for you. And Anna, We're just gonna call you Anne. Stupid, stupid person. This is where we're at though, nowadays. This is actually where we are at in this world. And the fact that you can't look at this list, I know you can't look at it, but you can Google it. The fact that you don't look or hear at this list and just put your head in your hands and cry how fucked up we are, not because of the violence, that this is an actual thought in someone's head. I don't know where we go from here. Hopefully not too far further down. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna talk about something happy. And then we're gonna get out of here. So there's a little girl back east, Rhode Island or Maine or Vermont or I don't know, not important. But she saved some cookie crumbs and part of a carrot. And she sent it to the local police station and asked for DNA testing. And this was after the holidays. I know I'm late on this, but shut up. And the local police department wrote her back and said, we have forwarded it to our forensic lab. We will update you with the results. Now, they've updated this little girl with the results, and the carrot does have trace amounts of reindeer DNA on it, but they're like 80% conclusive. Okay, they don't, you don't want to jump the gun on this stuff. And they also they don't have a match on the cookies, but they have a similar DNA profile from an existing case that happened in New York around like 34th Street a while back. I think maybe like 50s or something, way back when. And they can't confirm any of these findings. But again, it's pretty close to this New York DNA profile that was found around 34th Street. And if you give me a minute, I will tell you what year this happened. I think it was in the 70s. Oh, no, I'm sorry, the 40s. That there was, another little girl submitted some DNA profiling that they had on file. Which is, I mean, I think I know, I would hope you guys know where I'm going with this. But I think it's really great that wherever this little girl lived, that police station would do that for her. Um, that's what I want more happy stuff like that. Like these guys, I mean, they went, they went to great lengths not to ruin this kid's childhood. And I mean, I'm not even talking about how we ruin childhoods, but that's really cool that, I mean, there was reindeer DNA on there, and there was a DNA profile from, maybe a Chris Kringle kind of guy or something like that. I mean, that gives you hope in this world. And I want to leave you guys with that. That's a really great story, and I know we're a little bit late on that. I hope more kids do that, and I hope there's more DNA testing trying to find, Santa and his reindeer. And I know NORAD does it every year, and OnStar does a really cool thing that if you guys have kids around Christmas time, hit your OnStar button. I think it's only on Christmas Eve, but hit your OnStar button, and they will tell you, with NORAD's help, the location of Santa Claus. Which, I mean, that's pretty cool that this day and age, we can finally nail down where that feller is, so we know when to put the kids to bed and when he'll be here. So it's just a cool, feel good story. I'm sorry it's so late about the holidays, but hey, it is what it is. I can't be all of that. I hope our one angry listener who keeps leaving these ridiculous comments finally had something that he was interested in. And maybe next time we'll talk about weightlifting and other stuff. I don't know. Hey, it's been fun. Do me a favor, same as always, man. Follow the socials, like, subscribe, do your part to help me make this a better experience for everyone. And we'll have some fun. Next week, Higgins should be back. Who knows when Jones will be on here? Who knows when the angry guy will be on here? But until next time, let's get out of here and we'll do this again tomorrow. Bye.